Carl, if we first reflect on Tuesday night, I suppose a hard one to take, particularly the nature of the goal, I guess.
Yeah, it was disappointing to lose a game to a goal like that, but that's football. You know, if we scored one like that, we'd be over the moon. But yeah, we've just got to dust ourselves down now and obviously move on from it.
What did you make of the performance and the game as a whole?
It was personally quite a frustrating game for me. I didn't see the ball as much as I would have liked to, but looking at the game back, I thought it was more of a midfield battle than anything really. You know, they matched us up in midfield and played a man extra also. So it was tough for us to get on the ball in midfield and out wide. You know, it was, like I said, it was a game of the midfielders, and it was quite frustrating for an attacker. And I can probably imagine their attackers feel the same.
In terms of the game, would you have said a draw would have been a fair result on the night?
Yeah, looking back at it, you probably would say a draw is a fair result. You know, we had a few chances cleared off the line and they missed a few sitters themselves, so it could have went anywhere, but looking back at probably a draw would have been a fair result.
How the squad after that, because it's obviously the first defeat in 15 games or so and only the second in 23, so we've been on a really good run, haven't we?
Yeah, obviously most things do come to an end, and unfortunately the good run come to an end the other night, but we've got 7 games now to go on another run, and there's no reason why we can't win all 7.
I suppose when you look at it, it's still in pole position. I know the game in hand's gone, but mathematically we're top if we take care of our own destiny, which wasn't the case last season, so it must be a positive in that sense.
Yeah, of course. You know, we can't be downbeat about it. We're still sitting top of the league, you know. Even with the games in hand, like you've just said, we'll still be top. But we've just got to worry about ourselves now. If we win 7 games, we'll win the league. If we don't, then we don't. But we've got a real good chance of doing that.
Obviously, we said going into this week how big of a week it was going to be. It culminates in this game against Chester. How much is everyone looking forward to this one?
Yeah, I can imagine there's a real excitement about the lads in the group, and there'll be a bigger excitement come Saturday. You know, these are the games that you want to play in. First v second, I think it is, in front of 8,000 plus, so yeah, there's no reason not to be excited for it.
I know this place has seen 8,000 in the past, but back in the Championship, how significant is 8,000 in the 6th tier? Because it's just unheard of, isn't it?
Yeah, it's credit to the fan base really, you know, credit to Chester's fan base as well for bringing 1,500, whatever they're bringing, and it just shows how good our fans are really. You know, they've been there, like you said, in the Championship and seen the club decline for the past few years to the level we are now, but obviously to still get 8,000 it's unbelievable really. Just it's credit them. Yeah,
we were looking at stats the other day, and our home support, if you take out the away support, this season and last season at this level is more than we were getting in League 1 and 2. It shows how much the fans are getting behind what we're doing at the minute.
Yeah, you could sense that from last year, you know, when the takeover happened. I think the fans really got together and supported the club because they know what it means. Obviously, it's a bonus that we've put on some good performances along the way and been challenging for a league title. Obviously, last year it wasn't to be. This year we're in a great position, like we just said, sitting top of the league with 7 games to go. I think at the start of the season you would have snapped your hand off for that. So yeah, it'll be a great day Saturday, especially if we can get the win. From
the fans' point of view, what can they do to really get behind and make sure this is a difficult place to come, just like potentially Kidderminster was on Tuesday night?
Yeah, all they can do is do what they do every game. You know, they're loud and they're with us all the way. You know, they support us, and I'd imagine it'll be the exact same on Saturday. You know, it's a massive help for us on the pitch. It does feel like there's a 12th man with us. You know, when they sing my song, it gives me a lift. I can imagine when they sing other people's songs, it gives them a lift. So yeah, all I could say to them is just be as loud as you can really and make it a hard place to come, like you said.
I was going to ask you about that because some players go, you can't really hear what's going on. Do you feel that, do you?
Yeah, you can feel it. You know, you can feel the momentum switch with us when they get behind us. You know, when we've been on a good attack and we win a corner, they're always cheering loud, and it gives you that extra spring in your step really to try and score a goal or make something happen. Especially when you've got players like myself who like to run with the ball, and you get a reaction from the crowd. It makes you want to do it more because obviously that's why we play the game.
With you said 7 games left, it's in our hands. It's been tight all season, but we always said the most consistent team wins it. How is the squad in general feeling about the running? Because this is where really matters now, isn't it?
Yeah, this is the business end now, but I think everybody's just fully focused on firstly Saturday. You know, we need to take care of Chester on Saturday. Then, like you said, other teams have got a few games in hand now, so we'll have to see how that goes. But we could be sitting 2, 3, 4 points come Tuesday night. We don't know. We might not be at the end of the day. We don't know how it's going to pan out. But in an ideal world, we'll just win 7 games now and be champions.
Chester, the reverse fixture was 0-0. They've been up and down. Same as had their blip, same as we had our blip. What are your thoughts on them as a team?
Yeah, they're a good team. You know, they're well organised. Like you said, they went on an unbelievable run. That's why they were top of the league for so long. They had a little blip, but at the same time, they're still a good team. You know, we always used to say on our bad run, you don't turn into a bad team overnight. So we know their threats, we know their weaknesses, and we just need to hope we're better on the day than them.
Talk about you personally. You said you were frustrated on Tuesday night. Have you had to sometimes find a way of getting out of that, because you get the ball and 2, 3 players come on you all the time, don't they?
Yeah, but that's more of a compliment than anything really. You know, if teams are seeing me as the danger man, then that's fine. If they want to put 2, 3 players on us, then I'd imagine we'll have 2 or 3 players spare. So if we can use the ball in other areas where I'm not, then we'll have an overload somewhere else. And obviously with the good players we've got on the pitch, we'll hurt teams.
Is that what you've got to be aware of? Get the ball, if 3 come towards you, you've got to try and find that spare play that they've left.
Yeah, that's what we do. You know, we work on stuff like that. If we get shut off down the left, we'll come out and try and go down my side. If get shut off my side, we'll try and play through the middle or down the left. You know, it's just we've got to work out pretty quickly what the other team's weaknesses and how they want to play, and then if we do, I'd imagine we'll win the game.
Just finally, I know we touched on it last time we spoke, but your continuation of games, you know, you've not picked up anything, touch wood, so far. How much are you enjoying being the whole season?
Yeah, it's been a tough past 2 years. So you know, to play every game, I think I've only missed 2 games, and that was through illness. So yeah, it's been a good season for me, and you know, being available every week for the Gaffer's selection is something that I've obviously tried my hardest to do and worked hard to do, and touch wood, I can carry on doing that for the rest of the season.
And obviously your team, Newcastle, won the Carabao Cup last week. How good would it be to couple that on a personal playing perspective to get the title for us?
Yeah, it would be amazing. You know, it was amazing for the Newcastle fans for 70 odd years that they didn't win a major trophy. Now they've got one, and you know, the Scunthorpe fans have seen the club kind of drop from the Championship to nearly not having a club, to then fight for a title last year and fight for a title this year. It would be amazing if we could get it done for them, really.